Hey, so what's going on guys, Chris here, and today I'll be going over the brand new M1A1 Thompson, or as most of you might know it as the Tommy gun. Last time we saw this weapon in a Battlefield game was quite a while ago in Bad Company 2 Vietnam. So it makes a return in Battlefield Hardline's Criminal Activity DLC. Now the interesting thing about the Thompson is that even though it came out with the DLC and Premium, anyone can actually use it for free, even if you don't own the DLC pack. Now it also plays out slightly differently to a lot of other weapons, as you'll be able to use it in any class. It's still classified as an SMG PDW, and it feels a bit like a mechanic weapon to use, but it can be equipped on any loadout regardless. It's also not restricted to a specific faction, so cops and criminals can use the M1A1 pretty much whenever or however they want. So anyone can use the Tommy gun with or without the DLC, but you'll still have to buy it with in-game money. So money you earn by playing online. The gun costs $48,000, so it's not exactly cheap, but it's a weapon that can be practically used with any class or any faction. So on that note, let's go over some stats. The M1A1's got a maximum damage of 25 and a minimum damage of 15. So it's a little bit like the P90 but a tad more powerful at range. This basically means it'll take about 4 bullets to kill up to 15 meters, 5 bullets up to 25 meters, 6 bullets up to 31, and then 7 bullets beyond this. The Tommy gun fires at 725 RPM, so a tiny bit slower than the AKS-74U, meaning that its fire rate is quite evenly balanced. It's not too fast to make it uncontrollable, but still quick enough to get those bullets out onto your target. The muzzle velocity is 320 meters per second, which is the same as the UMP-45. 320 meters per second is quite slow, so it might be a bit tricky to trace targets running around over distance, as your bullets are going to take a fraction more time to reach the other player when you fire. When it comes down to the recoil pattern, the M1A1's got a vertical kick of 0.35, a leftwards kick of 0.2, and a rightwards jump of 0.15. So the weapon's mainly going to bounce upwards and more so to the left. The vertical kick is fairly high, and it might make hitting enemies further away slightly harder. To manage the gun over longer distances though, burst firing is a good way to control the gun. There's a first shot multiplier of 1.8, but this isn't too high, so it shouldn't cause you too much of a problem. It also makes tap and burst firing a more viable option. In each magazine for the Thompson, you'll be given 30 bullets, and you'll start each spawn and each respawn with 150 bullets. The reload time for the gun with an empty magazine is roughly 3.73 seconds, and with bullets left in your last clip, it should take around 2.25 seconds. So if you plan on emptying your magazine, you're gonna have to be prepared for a lengthy reload not long after. Though if you can manage to time your reloads before you empty it, you'll save yourself quite a lot of extra time. It might not seem like a huge difference of time, but it could be the difference between getting back into the action to secure a kill, or getting shot while you fumble around with an empty clip. Now believe it or not, the M1A1 has a very limited amount of attachments. There's no optical sights or anything, so you're pretty much stuck with the iron sights that you're given right at the start. It's quite easy to see enemies through them, though they do seem to sway visually a little bit, which might be a bit off-putting to some players. But overall they're not too bad and quite easy to adjust to. There aren't many accessories to pick for the Tommy gun either, and you're restricted to using the extended mags option only. This will add a slight penalty to your overall manoeuvrability, but it'll actually give your bullet count per magazine a big boost. Instead of 30 rounds, you'll be treated to 50 rounds, giving you much more room to gun down several enemies one after another without having to worry about running out of bullets. It's also quite a good pick if you tend to empty your magazine, as you won't have to deal with that 3.73 second reload quite as often. The only grip that you can equip is the stubby grip. Though you don't really have any choice over the stubby, it's actually quite a good attachment for the Thompson, as it'll drop the spread increase per shot by 50% from 0.2 to 0.1. So it'll seem a lot more accurate when you fire fully automatic, which you'll be doing quite a lot. You can't equip any custom camos, so I'm afraid you won't be able to run around with a stripy blue Tommy gun. But you can still have it in bronze, silver and gold, when you unlock them camos for getting the required number of kills. So as a quick summary, the M1A1 Thompson is an SMG PDW for any person and any class. Even though it came out with a Criminal Activity DLC, it's free to use by anyone, though you'll still have to buy it with in-game money. It can kill in 4 bullets up close and up to 7 at range, and fires at a controllable rate. It's quite easy to kill at shorter ranges, but might be a tad harder to use at longer distances, due to its lower bullet velocity and lower damage at range. There's not a lot of choice when it comes to customising the gun, but the attachments that you're given serve a good purpose. If you can get used to the basic iron sights, the M1A1 is a versatile weapon to use, which doesn't have any class or any faction restrictions. So that's the end of my weapon guide on the M1A1 Thompson. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and be sure to check out all of my other weapon guides on Battlefield Hardline. And subscribe to stay tuned for loads more on the Criminal Activity expansion and all the other upcoming Hardline DLCs right here on my channel. Take it easy guys, and I'll see you in the next one.